Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're journeying north, way up north, to explore the fascinating and often misunderstood history of Finland. When we think of native peoples, our minds might jump to other parts of the world. But Finland has its own deep, ancient story, woven into the very fabric of its forests and lakes. This isn't just about Vikings, or Swedes, or Russians. This is the story of the people who were there first. So, grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into the native history of Finland. Our story begins a long time ago. Right after the last ice age, around 9000 BC, as the massive glaciers retreated, they carved out the landscape we now know as Finland, leaving behind thousands of lakes and dense forests. And into this new, pristine wilderness came the first humans. These weren't Finns as we know them today, but Paleo-Siberian hunter-gatherers, following the reindeer herds. Imagine a world untouched, silent, except for the sounds of nature. These early inhabitants were masters of survival, adapting to the harsh northern climate. Archaeologists have found their stone tools and remnants of their settlements, like the famous Antria net, one of the oldest fishing nets ever discovered, giving us a glimpse into their daily lives. They lived in small, mobile groups, their existence tied completely to the seasons and the bounty of the land. Now, let's fast forward a few thousand years. Around 5000 BC, something new starts to appear in the archaeological record. Pottery. This marks the arrival of what we call the comb ceramic culture. These people were different. They brought new technologies and likely a new language, a Proto-Uralic tongue, which is the ancient ancestor of modern Finnish and Sami. This is a really important point. The linguistic roots of the Finnish people are not Indo-European, like most of Europe. They're part of the Uralic language family, which connects them to peoples stretching all the way to Siberia. This is why Finnish sounds so unique to English or Swedish speakers. The comb ceramic people were still primarily hunter-gatherers, but their pottery allowed them to store food more effectively, leading to more settled communities along the coasts and lake shores. Their distinctive pottery, decorated with comb-like patterns, is found across a vast area, showing they were well-connected and mobile. Around 3000 BC, another wave of change swept across Finland with the arrival of the corded ware culture. These newcomers brought agriculture, domesticated animals, and a different set of beliefs and burial practices. They were Indo-Europeans. And for a while, these two distinct groups, the Uralic hunter-gatherers and the Indo-European farmers, coexisted. You can imagine the interactions, the trading, the mixing of cultures and languages. Over time, these groups began to merge, creating a new, unique cultural blend. This fusion is crucial to understanding the genetic and cultural makeup of modern Finns. It wasn't a simple replacement of one group by another, but a complex process of mixing and adaptation. This period laid the genetic foundation for the people who would eventually become the Finns. Now, let us talk about the people who are officially recognized as the only indigenous people of the European Union. The Sami. The history of the Sami and the Finns is deeply intertwined. For a long time, historians believed the Finns pushed the Sami northward. But the modern understanding is more nuanced. Genetically, Finns and Sami share a lot of common ancestry. It seems that as agriculture spread from the south, some groups adopted it and became the ancestors of the Finns, while others continued their traditional hunter-gatherer and reindeer herding lifestyle in the north. Becoming the Sami, it wasn't a conflict-driven migration, but more of a cultural and economic divergence. The Sami language and culture developed in the northern parts of Finascandia, perfectly adapted to the Arctic environment. Their rich traditions, their connection to the land, and their unique language are a vital part of Finland's native history. Their story is one of incredible resilience, maintaining their identity through centuries of pressure from surrounding states. As we move into the Iron Age, around 500 BC, we start to see the emergence of distinct tribal groups in what is now Finland. Trade routes, expanded, connecting Finland with the Baltic region, Scandinavia, and even further afield. Amber, furs, and other northern goods were highly prized. This period saw the development of more complex societies, with fortified hill forts suggesting a need for defense and the presence of local chiefs. These weren't unified kingdoms, but rather a collection of tribes, the Tavastians, the Karelians, and the Finns proper in the southwest. Each had its own dialect, customs, and territory. This is the era just before written history begins to shed light on the region, a time of heroes and local legends that would later be immortalized in the Finnish national epic. The arrival of the medieval period, around the 12th century, brought monumental changes. This is when Finland gets caught between two powerful, expanding kingdoms: Catholic Sweden to the west and Orthodox Novgorod, or Russia, to the east. The so-called Swedish Crusades began, which were less about religion and more about political and economic control. Over the next few centuries, Finland was gradually incorporated into the Swedish kingdom. This had a profound impact. Swedish became the language of administration and the upper class, and Catholicism, later Lutheranism, became the dominant religion. But this didn't erase the native culture. The Finnish language and traditions continued to thrive among the common people in their villages and farms. The old ways and the new ways blended. People might go to church on Sunday, but they would still hold on to ancient beliefs about forests, spirits, and the power of nature. For over 600 years, Finland was part of Sweden. This long period shaped the country's laws, social structure, and its westward orientation. But beneath the surface of Swedish rule, a distinct Finnish identity was always present, simmering away. The majority of the population still spoke Finnish and lived a life deeply connected to their ancestral lands and traditions. It wasn't until the 19th century, when Finland was transferred from Sweden to the Russian Empire as an autonomous Grand Duchy, that a powerful Finnish national awakening began. Scholars and artists started to look back, to rediscover their roots. They collected folklore, standardized the Finnish language, and composed music and art inspired by their native history. The Kalevala, compiled by Elias Nordic in 1835, was a cornerstone of this movement. It presented a grand, epic history for a people who had been told they had none, weaving together ancient myths and legends into a powerful narrative of identity. This journey of rediscovery and self-assertion culminated in 1917 when, amidst the chaos of the Russian Revolution, Finland declared its independence. It was a declaration built on a foundation of thousands of years of history from the first hunt. After the Ice Age, through the mixing of cultures, the divergence of Finns and Sami, and the long centuries under foreign rule. The story of Finland's native history is not one of a single, monolithic group. It's a dynamic and complex tapestry woven from many different threads. It's a story of resilience, adaptation, and the enduring power of culture and language. From the ancient forest dwellers to the modern, tech-savvy nation of today, the spirit of those first inhabited, their deep connection to the land, and their incredible toughness, or sisu as the Finns call it, still resonates. It's a reminder that history is never truly in the past. It lives on in the language we speak, the places we live, and the stories we tell. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through Finland's deep past. I hope it gave you a new perspective on this incredible Nordic country. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more historical explorations. Let me know in the comments what other hidden histories you'd like to uncover. Until next time, take care.